Welcome back, everybody, to the Success Partner Podcast. I am your host, Daya Naef, and today we have with us Phyllis Sisenwine, the lawyer's coach. I am so excited to have Phyllis on the show today, and just have gotten to know Phyllis over the last year, and I'm really excited to have her here. So, Phyllis, tell us a little bit about who you are and what you do.
Well, I coach lawyers on business development and time management. I sold office supplies, and Staples bought the company, and it wasn't fun. So someone said, become a coach. Now, this is 25 years ago. A coach? What was a coach? But they said because I was motivational, and if somebody lost an account, they would say, Phyllis, take me to lunch. I need motivation. And I'd say, okay, you lost an account. Who's your next prospect? So I investigated coaching. I took 36 courses and I went out to network and I said, I'm a coach. And they said, what sport do you coach? 25 years ago, they didn't know what a business coach was. Now most people have a business coach. So I took 36 courses. I got certified. I started to network, met a lot of great people, spoke at bar associations, and people were hungry for coaching because people don't have time to mentor. So if you worked at a firm and you were an associate and you wanted some guidance so you could get more billable hours, you could learn to network. People didn't have that opportunity, so they wanted a coach. And very quickly, I was able to build a successful coaching business, speaking at bar associations and different, networking groups, which was really fun because coaching was so new at the time.
Yeah, that's amazing. You're definitely a pioneer for the industry. And
Yes.
I do sometimes still get that, Coach, what?
Yeah. What sport, right? What
What
sport?
sport? And I'm like, do I look like a sports person? So, no, not really. Um, I see you're wearing red. I see you wear red a lot. Tell me the story there.
Okay, when I started networking, I went to every chamber of commerce and every group that I could go to just to get to meet people. They didn't know what a coach was. So I went to a chamber of commerce event, met a lot of great people. One was a publisher of a magazine, and we had a chat, and that was the end of that. A month later, I went back to the same networking event. This man comes up to me and says, Phyllis, where's your red suit? I was wearing a blue suit. He said, I remembered you from your red suit. He said, I'm a publisher of a magazine. Why don't you write an article for me? He published 36 articles for 3 years. I had a column in his magazine because he remembered my red suit. So, of course, from that day forward, I'm the lady in red. I have a red car. I always have red. And when I go to speak, people say, I'm looking for you. I know you'll be in red. And now on Zoom, I'm now the Zoom queen. I always wear red. But that's because he remembered me. And as a result of it, I got to publish all these articles in his magazine. So he kind of gave me a brand.
I love that, Phyllis, and it takes a lot to show up in red every day. Sometimes I'm just not feeling the red.
I guess that's true. Power red, power red. Got to put on the red.
I know, go put it on. That means you're ready for business.
I
Yeah.
am rocking and rolling. I'm
And tell me a little bit about where you're located. I know you've got two homes, and where your homes and where's your business market?
okay. I am physically in Florida at the moment, in the east coast of Florida, but I'm very grateful that I also have a house in Long Beach Island, New Jersey. I'm what you call a seasonal resident of Florida, or they used to call snowbirds. I guess they still do. So I'm very grateful because my business is virtual. I mean, if I give a speech, I even gave a speech 2 weeks ago to a law firm, 50 lawyers. It was a CLE on Zoom. I've always done it in person. It was supposed to be in person at this Philadelphia law firm, but because of the CLE feature, 50 people signed up and their conference room couldn't hold it. So they switched it to Zoom and it worked out great. So I am really, it's a virtual business today. Most people are doing so much virtually anyway. I'll still speak in person, but between New Jersey and Florida, that's where I'm physically located. But my business, of course, is Zoom, phone calls, or hop on a plane and be there.
Yeah, yeah, I'm like that too. Like I want to be in person as much as possible, but Zoom, of course, has become very, very easy to use. And then some people want to use WebEx and all that kind of stuff. No problem. Just kind of get the hang of it. Who is an ideal client for you?
An ideal client, it's interesting. I'm doing this for 25 years. I have solo practitioners and I have partners in the biggest firms. Everybody has a different need or a goal. A solo you don't learn in law school how to run a business. You don't learn marketing and business development. I am not a consultant. I don't go into the law firm and help them with their processes and systems. It's a conversation. Where are you now? Where do you want to be in 6 months or a year? We come up with a plan. Do you want more clients? Okay, how are we going to get them? Do you want to do speaking? Are you going to do networking? Do you want to look into your referral sources? So it's a conversation about what do you want to accomplish. Solos, of course, want usually to build their business, learn to delegate, and hopefully get someone to help them. The partners in the big firms often want to give their big clients to another partner because they want to ease themselves out a little bit or do a little more social, social networking and charity work. A lot of them get very involved in charity work, which is wonderful. So partners and the managing partners, and I wrote a book and I interviewed several of them. They are very happy to give their clients to another partner, and the partners can then help the associates. So it depends on what the goal is. I work with people in retirement. It takes 2 years usually to really leave a law firm, make sure your clients are all happy, everybody's good. So I work 2 years with somebody on retirement. And then I've worked on right out of law school. They know nothing about how to get clients. And of course, it's about the billable hour in most law firms. Many of them have a flat rate and so forth, like estate planning. I do a lot of estate planning clients. And they, of course, do a flat rate, but it's still about the billable hour most of the time. So wherever the lawyer is, and it's a big range. It's really, coaching. It's a collaboration.
Mhm.
Let's have a conversation and you just strategize. It's a strategy session. Where are you? Is there anything getting in the way of your success? Where are you stuck? Let's look at your past clients. Let's look at some referral partners. There are many people, every lawyer, there are certain referral partners that are great for them. It could be other lawyers, it could be financial advisors. So once they look and see who their ideal referral partner is, we look at meeting them. And they may know them, but they just haven't reached out again. And, let's get together for a meeting. So it's really a matter of networking and looking at your existing clients and, of course, being organized. Delegation is a
Mhm.
big step. I had a client, a Philadelphia lawyer, IP attorney, and started to work with him. I work with 3 or 4 lawyers in that firm. And when he came to me, he said, I really want to increase my book of business. I said, well, you do have to do some delegating. He said, I can't, I don't want to delegate because I can do it better myself. I can do it faster myself. I don't have time to train anybody. And he was really against Well, of course, you must delegate. His billable hour is much too high to be doing administrative tasks. So finally, and he wrote me a beautiful testimonial actually. Finally, he started to delegate little bits, a couple little projects, and he would keep checking on it and checking on it until he got confidence that that was good. Then he gave a little more and a little more. He started to delegate, and his business increased dramatically because he was able to meet prospective clients or existing clients and not spend time at his desk doing administrative things. So that's a big thing, learning to delegate. It's really a big, and just having the confidence that you have good people that can help you to make it
That's
work.
awesome. I've often heard you also say the getting an extra hour of time in your day. Would you share
Yeah,
with our listeners a little tip
sure.
there?
If I'm in a networking group, instead of saying my name, Phyllis Sisenwine, the lawyer's coach, what I say is, do you want an extra hour every day? Minimize interruptions. It takes 18 to 20 minutes to get back on track. 3 interruptions, you've lost an hour a day. Most of the time, we interrupt ourselves. Oh, I'll get a cup of coffee. Oh, I think I'll check my internet. Oh, I'll check my emails. We kind of distract ourselves. But if you really focus on what you're doing and you don't let yourself get interrupted, you can save an hour a day with just 3 interruptions. So that's a lot of money, as a lawyer or anyone if we just block out some time, an hour, 2 hours, whatever you're comfortable with, but don't be interrupted. It just wastes too much time. And I also have my clients, somebody walks by and says, got a minute? No, that got a minute is going to take 18 to 20. I got a minute. You've lost focus, you've lost concentration. It takes, even if you're reading a book, you can't go back to that word. You have to read a page or two before. So minimize interruptions and you'll gain an hour every day.
That's wonderful. And I'd love to use that hour to do my artwork and my other creative stuff post work. And I know you like, you have some post-work and outside work activities you like to do as well. Can you share some of those?
Well, I like to have fun. Fun, fun. I mean, truthfully, I do play golf. Not great. Do play golf once a week when I can. 9 holes, that's about it when the weather's great. But for social and for fun, dancing is fun. I love to dance. I like to sing. I like to have parties. I like to have fun. Fun. Now, I can't sing too well, so everybody else doesn't like it when I sing, but I have fun. But can't really carry a tune, but it doesn't matter. So I love to dance and sing and have parties and have fun, and that's what gives me energy.
I love that. We're cut from the same cloth. Maybe not the dancing, but I definitely like to throw parties and play games. So, um,
Okay.
great. So how do people find you?
Well, I certainly am on LinkedIn now that I became the social media queen, even though I fought it for years. And my whole business was built speaking and networking. And then all of a sudden, after COVID, I had to embrace social media. I'm still not the best techie in the world, but I definitely am on LinkedIn. Find me, Phyllis Sisenwine on LinkedIn. I have a video every week. I have an article every week, and I'm the Zoom queen now. I also have a website, thelawyerscoach.com, and email Phyllis at thelawyerscoach.com. And of course, as a coach, I'm happy to give anyone a free consultation to see if we're a good fit. Coaches, I refer to other coaches often. You have to be sure you're a good fit with your client and you're on the same wavelength and you really want to have a great relationship. I want to look at my calendar and say, oh, great, I'm speaking to John tomorrow. Not, oh boy, I'm speaking to John tomorrow. I look forward to every one of my coaching sessions. So I pick and choose who I think would be a really good fit for my style of coaching. And I give a free consultation so that we can see if we're a good fit or not.
That's wonderful. Well, thank you so much for being on the show today, Phyllis. And your contact information will be in the show notes. So, and thank you everybody for listening to this episode of the Success Partner Podcast. I am your host, Daya Naef. Stay tuned. We have a lot more content to come.